Hank Huckerdoo from SML embodies the archetype of the annoying neighbor with a dark and complex twist. His character draws on a variety of influences from pop culture, particularly neighbors who, on the surface, appear eccentric or charming but often reveal more irritating or problematic traits. Let's dive into some notable characters who might have inspired Hank Huckerdoo from SML movie videos, dissecting their similarities to him. Let's start with Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. Ned Flanders, Homer Simpson's perpetually cheerful neighbor, is perhaps the most direct inspiration for Hank Huckerdoo. Like Hank, Ned presents himself as a polite, well-meaning family man steeped in religious values. However, Ned's relentless optimism and devout Catholicism often brought Homer the wrong way, creating friction between the two. Similarly, Hank's religious rigidity and moral superiority mirror Flanders' tendency to enforce his beliefs, but Hank takes this to an extreme with his homophobic treatment of his son, Timmy. While Ned genuinely tries to live a virtuous life, Hank's cheerful facade hides a manipulative and abusive personality, making him a twisted reflection of Flanders' ideals. Squidward Tentacles from SpongeBob Squarepants. Squidward Tentacles is SpongeBob's cynical neighbor whose disdain for the protagonist and obsession with his own possessions, such as his art and clarinet, parallel Hank's fixation on his lawn and trophies. While Squidward isn't religious or outwardly boastful like Hank, his short temper and self-centered behavior make him a fitting comparison. Both characters value their personal achievements, in the case of Squidward, his artistic pursuits, and in the case of Hank, his best-known trophies. They also share a tendency to belittle others to elevate their own egos, reinforcing their status as inseparable neighbors. Dinkelberg from the Fairly OddParents. Dinkelberg, the neighbor of Timmy Turner's family, it's another likely inspiration. Though seemingly kind and generous, Dinkelberg is despised by Timmy's dad, who sees him as smug and overly perfect. This dynamic closely mirrors Hank's relationship with Marvin in SML, where Hank's constant boasting about his lawn and possessions fuels Marvin's frustration. However, while Dinkelberg is ultimately harmless, Hank's darker traits, like his abusive behavior and cheating, set him apart as a far more sinister version of this archetype. Chon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory. Chon Cooper, who during most of the series is Penny's neighbor, plays a similar role as an annoying and overbearing figure. His rigid adherence to the rules, condescending attitude, and complete lack of self-awareness make him unbearable to those around him. Hank's boastful nature and habit of punishing those who cross him echo Sheldon's need for control and superiority. While Sheldon is more socially awkward than malicious, Hank's behavior can be seen as a more exaggerated and toxic extension of Sheldon's traits. Mr. Heckles in Friends. Mr. Heckles, the eccentric neighbor in Friends, is another classic annoying neighbor. His constant complaints about noise and petty behavior resonate with Hank's short temper and obsessive tendencies. While Mr. Heckles is portrayed as more comical than sinister, his passive-aggressive attitude toward the main characters feels like a precursor to Hank's manipulative and vengeful side. Both characters create unnecessary conflict over minor grievances, with Hank elevating this trait into a key component of his malicious personality. And those were some of the characters that I believe that might have inspired Hank Huckerdoo from SML. Hank Huckerdoo stands as a dark amalgamation of the annoying neighbor trope, drawing from a rich tapestry of characters. Hank takes familiar traits and amplifies them into a unique, unsettling character. By blending the humor and charm of these archetypes with a sinister edge, Hank becomes a multidimensional figure who is both fascinating and deeply disturbing. Follow me if you want to watch more funny videos like this one.